Hey guys, this is Jeff here and welcome back to Runnergy, and today I want to talk about a new shoe from them called Access from Hilo. I'm very excited about this product. It is one of the coolest products that I have seen in a long while. And so I want to go over a little bit of the cool feature about them, which is the environment and how eco-friendly this company takes themselves in their manufacturing product. Let's go over a couple of the things here. The shoes are at least 50% bio-based. The rubber on here is 60% natural rubber on the bottom of the shoe. Lots of natural materials used in here. Let's just see here. They have organic cotton for the laces, algae for the insoles, cornstarch for the midsoles. Don't need anything here. The gluing on here is water-based. So that made me wonder if this shoe is vegan friendly, and no surprise to me, yes it is. It is not only vegan friendly, it is certified vegan friendly. So very impressive on the sustainability and environmental friendly, the products that they're using in the shoes here. So the Hilo company here does take it very seriously as far as like using sustainable materials and manufacturing products. But I really want to get into how I enjoyed running in these shoes, because I have to tell you, aside from all of that, does it really matter if it's not that great of a shoe? And of course, it's nice, but the shoe needs to really perform. And let me tell you, coming from the first shoe I got from them to this, to the new Access, is a big difference. This was called the Impact. It had a lot of the same kind of environmental friendly and sustainability design cues to it, but this always felt very first gen. People know that I would describe this as very first gen. The upper on here just never had the fit and finish on here. Lots of quirky kind of creases and so forth, and I really hated the bottom here. There's just way too narrow of a platform here. I'm kind of a stickler on that, especially since I walk and I run, and when you walk you're on the ground longer than you are running, so having a nice wider platform for additional stability is really nice. Well, good news, just a little hint here, as I always like to start with the bottom of the shoe, the outsole here, which again is using a water-based gluing for here, which is really nice, but look at the difference on the platform here compared to this one. This is much wider platform, and let me tell you, you can really tell the difference. It's much more stable feeling than this Impact was. Yeah, so very good traction on the bottom here. I wouldn't say it's the best I've ever had. I've tried on here, but it's fun. I never felt like I was going to slide around or anything. You know, if there was some turns, certain angles and stuff, I've had better, but in general, really good. The traction is more than fine. Again, just this wide platform really giving a nice feel while out there running and walking. Let's move on to the midsole here. This is a nitrogen infused midsole, so very similar to like what you'll find on like the Ultra Via Forward 2 or pretty much almost all of the Brooks shoes, which I'm going to get to later on in this review, the similarity to one of the Brooks. So, but yeah, it's got a 38 millimeters in the back, 30 in the front, so you have a 8 millimeter difference in the stack height, so 8 millimeter drop. Again, it's a nitrogen infused midsole here that they are calling Hyperbolt. I remember, I love that, Hyperbolt. There's a little, I don't know if you can see, a little lightning bolt, so it kind of goes with the name there, if you can see that. It is very late, 1 in the morning here. So, but I wanted to get this video in for you. So, but yeah, the material, the midsole on this shoe, really springy, very cushy. Is it the most stable feeling shoe on the planet? No. It's definitely very, it does have kind of a soft feel to it. It can be a little squishy, but it still feels remarkably more stable than the Impact did. So, much more stable. Very similar. Again, I'm going to do my comparison to one of the shoes towards the end of the video, but very nice. It's not the most flexible shoe, but a lot of shoes these days are not. especially I think this goes under their like max cushioning shoe, and so more emphasis on cushioning, and then somewhat of a rocker in the front, but not very strong. It never really bothered me. Now moving on to the upper here, let's see. Oh, this is where the corn-derived lining around the collar. The tongue on here is padded, but not too overly padded. The collar is padded. It's really just really well designed. This is a really nice design shoe. It fits nice and snug in here, and a little bit roomier in the toe box here. So, but again, it doesn't have this kind of like creasy, baggy blousiness that the Impact had. Still has a little bit, but it's much better. It fits much better in here and around the collar and in where the tongue is, and it just looks much more premium, especially in this color. This is called a no dye, and I would imagine that they're using very environmentally friendly dyes for the upper on this on all of their shoes. So as most modern shoes, it's got a seamless upper here. There's no stitching or anything, so I didn't feel any hot spots or anything like that. And again, it just had a really good fit in here, nice and locked down, and yet padded and comfortable without feeling like a racing shoe where it's just, you know, clamped onto your foot. I believe this comes in at $175. And it's just over 10 ounces in a men's 9, so it's pretty lightweight, and I thought it was very responsive feeling. Now, I was able to run for about a month or so on these before I ended up getting diagnosed with blood clots in my leg, and so I haven't been able to run for the last week or so, but before that, I was able to, and I did do some runs on these for about a month. They were great. Really enjoyed walking and running in this shoe. Again, it's a neutral stability shoe. It's not for someone who really severely overpronates and has foot and ankle or knee issues because of overpronating. It works great with an insole here. I don't have one now, but I did try it with an insole, a Superfeet insole, and it felt really good with an insole. Very orthotic friendly because of the wider platform here. So, what does this compare to? Me personally, at the $175 price point, to me it just competes most similar to the Brooks Glycerin 23. Now I have here, I'm going to switch this shoe around to this one here. And this is a previous Glycerin, but if we hold these up to each other, look at the similarity here. It's got a very similar silhouette to a Brooks Glycerin, and honestly, almost more to the Glycerin 23, the newer one. And again, they both use that nitrogen midsole. I also think the fit is even similar. It's got that kind of narrower heel and slightly wider forefoot. So very similar in the fit. The weight is very similar. I think it's a very, if you're looking at the Brooks Glycerin and you just want to try something different, this is definitely a shoe to take a look at. And again, it's even at the same price point, if I recall, around $175. This is my review on the high-low Axis. I think if you're looking for a neutral shoe, you like the story of the environmental and sustainability design and manufacturing of this shoe, I don't think you're going to be compromising on the shoe. This is a non-compromised shoe as far as I'm concerned. This is ready for show. This is good. Very, very impressive. So anyway, this is Jeff here at Runnergy. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more honest, straight reviews, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. As always, keep on moving, 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 moving. You moving? This shoe's moving. It's moving right here.